Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a wise old sage named Masterly. Masterly was renowned throughout the land for his profound wisdom and compassionate heart. People from far and wide would seek his counsel on matters of the heart, mind, and soul. One day, a young man named Jean arrived at Masterly's humble abode, burdened by the weight of his troubles. Jean's face was etched with lines of worry, and his eyes were clouded with anxiety. He had heard tales of Masterly's wisdom, and hoped that the sage could offer him guidance. "Masterly," Jean began, his voice trembling slightly, "I come to you seeking advice. I am plagued by feelings of resentment and anger, and I cannot seem to find peace within myself. How can I learn to let go of these negative emotions?" Masterly regarded Jean with kindness in his eyes and beckoned him to sit beside him by the crackling fire. "My dear friend," Masterly said gently, "the art of letting go is a profound journey that requires patience, courage, and self-reflection. Let me share with you a story that may shed some light on this matter." And so Masterly began to tell Jean the tale of the bamboo and the river. Once upon a time, in a lush bamboo grove much like the one that surrounds us now, there stood a tall and majestic bamboo tree. This bamboo tree had weathered many storms and endured countless hardships, yet it remained strong and resilient, swaying gracefully in the breeze. One day, a great flood swept through the land, and the river that flowed beside the bamboo grove began to overflow its banks. The water surged around the bamboo tree, threatening to uproot it from the earth. But the bamboo tree stood firm, its roots anchored deeply in the soil. As the floodwaters receded and the river returned to its banks, the bamboo tree remained unscathed. But something had changed within the tree. It had learned a valuable lesson from the river, the art of letting go. You see, my dear Jean, the bamboo tree realized that in order to survive the fury of the flood, it had to bend and yield to the force of the water. It could not cling stubbornly to its rigid ways, for that would only lead to destruction. Instead, it had to let go of its attachment to the outcome and trust in the natural flow of life. In much the same way, we too must learn to let go of our attachments and expectations. We must surrender to the ebb and flow of life, trusting that everything happens for a reason, and that we are exactly where we are meant to be. But letting go does not mean giving up or abandoning hope. On the contrary, it requires great strength and resilience to release the grip of our fears and insecurities and embrace the unknown with open arms. So, my dear Jean, I urge you to take a lesson from the bamboo and the river. Let go of the anger and resentment that weigh heavy on your heart. Trust in the wisdom of the universe and allow yourself to flow with the currents of life. In doing so, you will find true peace and freedom. As Masterly finished his tale, Jean felt a profound sense of clarity wash over him like a cleansing tide. He realized that he had been holding on to his negative emotions tightly, afraid to release them for fear of being swept away by the currents of life. But now he understood that true strength lay in surrendering to the flow and trusting in the journey. With a deep bow of gratitude, Jean thanked Masterly for his wise counsel and left the sage's home with a newfound sense of purpose and resolve. And as he journeyed back to his village, he carried with him the timeless wisdom of the bamboo and the river, the art of letting go.